Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Last Son. This is Journey Through the Cornellverse, and today we are going to take a look at Grimm SoCal Wrestling. High-profile California rapper and well-known wrestling fan Brother Grimm got his first taste of the business when he joined up with Gil Thomas and Nemesis to form Invincible Pro Wrestling in 2011. Although initially a success, Grimm fell out with his partners over the creative direction of the company. Feeling disrespected, he quit and promptly formed his own organization, Grimm SoCal Wrestling. GSW has a gritty, hardcore feel and has been helped enormously by Grimm's media contacts and its innate urban appeal. They run all of their shows out of Grimm's infamous warehouse club, which adds a unique atmosphere. An early adopter of the WrestleWorld streaming service, GSW has the advantage of being seen all across America. You're a tiny company, 150,000 in the bank. We look at your size. You're based out of the Southwest, which you have a 32, ranging from 12 to 3 in the rest of the US, 1s in Canada, ranging from 9 to 2 in Mexico, 1s across the British Isles, 1s across Japan, no presence in Europe, no presence in Oceania, no presence in India. To take that next step into small, you need to achieve a 35 popularity in the Southwest. You're only 3 popularity points away from the Southwest, so theoretically you could have this fairly quickly into your save and become a small company. You do have very small coverage all across America and Canada, and that's thanks to being on WrestleWorld for your events. Your events are monthly pay-per-views. You start off with The Underground, Anarchy, Beneath the City, A Matter of Respect, Block Party, Gatecrasher, Degeneration, Uprising, King of California, Urban Warfare, Gangsta's Paradise, which is your season finale. So you have 11 months to develop storylines and get them ready to pay off in this event. And then you have Game of Death. You also have an off-air TV show called Wrestling from the Warehouse. Take a look at your product, Warehouse Hardcore. It's basically extreme hardcore. Hardcore wrestling with an emphasis on shock and awe. It is mostly about brawling, although other styles can thrive if they're good enough. This product tends to attract a very rabid fan base. You are a men-only company. It says no face and heels strictly enforced. Yes to stables, yes to managers. So you have 2 special effects. Rabid fans are going to really get into high quality wrestling and violently turn against poor quality wrestling. Events are going to need to be 85% matches, 15% angles. TV shows 75% matches, 25% angles. Matches are going to be rated on a match quality versus popularity ratio between 40 and 60, 60 and 40, depending on what gets the best rating. So popular workers are going to be a key thing that you're going to want to have in your roster. This hardcore style, however, leads to a high level of general wear and tear on the bodies of the workers, and injuries are also common. Your fans are going to be open and will accept any match type. The confusing notes are next. Matches less than 15 minutes can't achieve world class. The lengthy matches will tend to lose the audience. So those matches have to be no more than 15 minutes. Fans are going to be put off by cheap endings. There's going to be a couple segments and matches that can get penalized. Stay away from ultra dangerous match setups like glass and explosives. All workers need to be using a gimmick. Ongoing storylines, the fans will expect them. Matches, you need to have one aimed as hardcore, one aimed as wild brawl, one aimed as a car crash or mayhem. Company is going to be very limited in the broadcast time slots they can get. It's also going to be difficult to attract sponsors. Fan base will be very opinionated and will turn on workers they don't feel belong. Obviously, using crazy bumps and stunt bumps will give huge boosts to segments. Your booking team, there's only 2 options you have here to add to the booking team. So you may have to bank more of your CE to be able to get those finishes and angle ideas. Your inner circle is pretty much an empty slate except for Rumble Roper as a locker room leader. So you have plenty of opportunity to give these positions to people to hopefully give them some loyalty to you and develop some relationships. Take a look at your titles. You have 4. You have the American title, current prestige of 40, current 3-time champion Boneyard. It's the premier belt. The American title has had some dips, most notably when held by lumbering heavyweights like BB Colossus and Boneyard, but has generally been held by good workers. This reign has been going on for 134 days, 3 successful title defenses. You have the King of California, 37 prestige achievement. It's an annual tournament. The King of California is generally seen as a way of heating someone up prior to being put in contention for the American title. Mobstar is the current winner and holder of this tournament. The tag team titles, 33 prestige, current 4-time champions Latino Fear and Mexicane. These tag team titles have become an important part of the company thanks to a deep tag roster and an epic reign of State of Destruction that they had with them in 2015-2016. This reign has been going on for 134 days with 3 successful title defenses. You have the West Coast title, 30 prestige. Papa Swole's your current champion. This is a lower level title that's generally used to heat up mid-carders that the company wants to start pushing higher up the card. This reign's been going on for 43 days, 1 successful title defense. We take a look at those individuals that have really high star quality, 70 or above. You have guys like BB Colossus, Cali Slick, Mobstar, Papa Swole, and Raheem Stash. There's not a ton of people on the roster with high star quality, but I think we'll find potentially people that are close to that 70 level, maybe 50 or above.
Okay guys, if we take a look at the top of your card and we filter out only for major stars and stars, we get people like Boneyard, Bust a Cap, Death Touch, Mobstar, Omar, and Raheem Stash. So this is a pretty decent skill wise. Top of the card, there's a lot of potential here for some cool storylines, some guys that can potentially work together with some pretty decent skills. We take a look at your mid card, so that's anywhere from well known to recognizable. You have guys like Aces High, BB Colossus, Cali Slick, Esoteric, Fat Pad, Gravedigger, Latino Fear, Max Mayhem, Mexicane, Mexico's Finest, Noah Nadir, Papa Swole, Public Enemy Number 1, Rowan Kingmaker, Shooting Star Perez, Tavon Blake Jr., Tongue Twister, Top Dollar, TT the Don. It's a pretty decent size mid card. A lot of different skills, but a lot of decent skills in this mid card. This could potentially make the middle of your card a pretty decent strength of the company. If we look at the unimportant, there's 2. So there's G-Force, who's 21, Guillotine Alea. Both of them look to be, Guillotine here is 26, G-Force is 21, but they both have pretty decent fundamental skills. Performance is okay. That could potentially get better. And the primary and mental, really good aerial for G-Force. Guillotine's more a hardcore brawler. That's something that can improve as well. So these 2 guys look like they could add something to the mid card eventually as they grow in popularity and in skills. If we take a look at your creative, the game does not consider anybody a franchise player. Next big things, you have Shooting Star Perez. Hot prospects, you have Shooting Star Perez, Tavon Blake Jr., Papa Swole, Tongue Twister, Noah Nadir. Talk the talk, those guys you want to be doing your promos. You got Brother Grimm, Papa Swole, MC Motormouth, CJ Weston, Big Magic. Guys who can take their performances and kick them up, steal the show. Guys like Mobstar, Kelly Slick, Depth Touch, Gravedigger, Papa Swole. Ring generals, those guys who can carry the deadest of deadweight. We got Tavon Blake Jr., Mobstar, Depth Touch, Kelly Slick, and Omar. You have quite a bit of people who have hot momentum. And you have one person, Callie Slick, who has a lack of momentum and is considered not hot. So that would be something you would want to address. Try to build them up some momentum, get them a bunch of wins or some really good promos. But that's something you want to take care of. Taking a look at your stables, we have Los Guerrilleros. It's Mexican's finest gang. They conduct all their interviews in Spanish and have become known for their trademark of using baseball bats as weapons. So you do have Mexican's finest, Guillotine Alea, Latino Fear, and Mexicane. Then you have Piggy Bank Records, one of Brother Grimm's ideas. Piggy Bank Records are meant to be a rival label who have come into GSW to start beef with him. Unfortunately, the guys they hired weren't of the best quality, and the result, the gimmick hasn't really taken off the way the office has hoped. So you have Fat Pad, Tongue Twister, TT the Don, and OJ Houston all in the stable that's supposed to be beefing with Brother Grimm. Storylines, you need to have one storyline rated hot or above to meet the demands. Currently achieving this, and you have to advance one storyline. So the storylines you have are Boneyard versus Mobstar. Ever since Mobstar won the King of California tournament in September, he's been very open about the fact that he's gunning for GSW's big dog, Boneyard, in the American title he currently holds. You have Passing the Torch, battle between the past and future of GSW, as longtime star Busta Cap goes head-to-head with the recently risen Raheem Stash in a true passing of the torch feud. And then you have The War Rages On, and that's the feud between Los Guerrilleros and Piggy Bank Records that's been raging since August and shows no signs of abating. As you can see, GSW has quite a few tag teams. Most of them so far have pretty decent experience, except for here, the Twister and the Don. Undaunted is a little bit more experienced, but you have some pretty cool experienced tag teams that you can base that tag team division around. You're not going to have a child company. You're not going to have a developmental right now. And you don't have a training facility currently. So right now you have a negative, hostile opinion of IPW. So that's going to make joining the COTT kind of difficult because of IPW is in that alliance. So I don't know if that would make sense story-wise for GSW to join. So ultimately, though, it's your game, your save, your universe. You do whatever you want. Well, guys, this has been another Journey Through the Cornellverse. Today we looked at Grimm SoCal Wrestling. If you guys have any tips or tricks, please leave those in the comments. We love to hear these things. Who would you sign? What storylines have you done? Just cool tips and tricks. While you're down there, go ahead and leave a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Last Son. Keep playing. Stay awesome. And I'll see you in our next video.